I know your daydreams don't include a suit and tie, but I think we can both agree that the crocodile wrestlers at the Thai Samphan Elephant Ground and Zoo are out of their minds. They literally risk life and limb to entertain zoogoers during hour-long shows by sticking their arms, legs, and even their heads between the jaws of the largest of their 10,000 crocs. They've been performing this stunt since 1985, and thousands of attraction goers say the crocs thrash violently, bare their teeth, and are definitely lively. For some lucky people, heights aren't at the top of the phobia list, but add in swinging scaffolding, a squeegee, and the real threat of plummeting to your death, and I think they'll change their minds. The job is extremely weather dependent. Anytime the wind reaches a 15 to 20 mile per hour gust, the crew doesn't work. Unfortunately, even with caution, unexpected gusts of wind or faulty pieces of equipment can cause everything to come crashing down. In New York alone, between 83 and 08, 75 workers have died on the job, and 8 are injured every year. Explosions are always a surprise, even when your job title is deminer. Mine clearance is the process of detecting and removing potentially explosive landmines. While manual demining resulted in over 500 deaths between 96 and 2002, with 34 more dead in 2014, you might be wondering why we don't have automated systems yet. Well, we do, but it turns out automated processes only find 80% of mines, while manual demining is significantly more accurate at 99.6%, which I guess is good news, except for whoever accidentally finds the extra 0.04%. Everybody tells you it's smart to specialize when it comes to a career, but have helicopter linemen gone too far? The first time you see these guys hovering over a power line, you may think it's fake, but I assure you that these highly specialized electricians know what they're doing. As incredible as it seems, helicopter linemen work on live high-voltage transmission lines, bare-handed, but this is only possible if they remain isolated from the ground, which is why they dangle from an in-flight helicopter and allow over 500,000 volts of electricity to pass through their bodies before even beginning their job. What a way to start the day. Spending long hours underwater during a dive can be grueling, but imagine multitasking swimming, oxygen intake, welding, and risk assessment. For underwater welders, the dangers of their occupation are fairly unique. The shared perils for any diver can run the gamut of decompression sickness, hypothermia, or drowning due to equipment failure. But with 6 to 13 fatalities a year, underwater welders face serious risks when approaching an average day. From electric shock to underwater explosions, the people who do underwater welding are courageous to say the least. Exhaustion hits the best of us, but try being a logger. With big trees to chop down, sharp saws to pay attention to, and hard manual hours, being a lumberjack isn't all the bearded fantasy we crack it up to be. For one, it's dangerous, and by that I mean it's considered 9 times more dangerous than being a police officer, and consistently steals first place for highest mortality rate, racking up more than 129 logger deaths per 100,000 workers employed annually. This is due to the wily nature of an improperly felled tree. Crazy in love with gravity, the pair can go crashing down slopes and roll over anyone in their path. A stubborn cow can take out a helicopter. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? For Australian outback cattle musterers, it's a real concern, a real job hazard. Due to technology creating an easier path for the future, licensed helicopter pilots herd outback cattle. While this may sound frivolous, it provides a versatility and type of control that the usual dozens of horsemen can't accomplish. The drawback is that outback helicopter pilots have to fly close to the ground and be extremely mindful of their surroundings. The sincere risk of hitting a cow, tree, or the ground could send you crashing down with a whirring blade above your head. At 600 feet high and nearly a mile long, New York's Washington Bridge takes over a year to paint, and it's not alone. Bridge painters take their job seriously. In fact, to obtain this job, a potential employee must ace a myriad of tests to be lucky enough to risk your life 600 feet up. Past employees have admitted to multiple occasions where they nearly slipped or suffered a panic scare at the height and sheer drop. Skydiving is pretty adventurous, right? Okay, now add fire. Smoke jumpers are the insane firefighters people don't even know about. Brave like all firefighters, they parachute into the hot zones of fires with remote access to subdue dangerous flames before they spread. Despite the seemingly dangerous nature of the job, fatalities rarely occur, not because of a faulty jump, but instead during the dangerous fight against the flickering flames, while waiting for backup. Sometimes we all need an extra thrill in our lives. Although for most, signing up to have sharp knives and daggers thrown at you might be crossing the line, but that's exactly what Target Girls do every show. Target Girls in both vaudeville and the circus are female assistants to impalement acts, like knife throwing, archery, or sharpshooting. The assistant either stands in front of or is tied to a moving board, while she leaves her faith in the hands of a hopefully skilled knife wielder, who aims to sink the knife deep into the board, but hopefully miss her.